Reggae interviews. Word sound power.
Greetings from Kingston, Jamaica, and welcome to another deep dive into the heart of reggae music. Today's guest needs no long introduction. He's a producer, multi-instrumentalist, lyrical warrior, and one of the most respected voices in modern roots reggae. From Sicily to Kingston, Soul Pirate to Destiny, and now the brand new single, Come My Way. We're blessed to sit down once again with the man that they call Pupa Albo.
Pupa Albo in the building, my building actually. Brand new studio here in Kingston with you. Good vibe. England, Jamaica, link up.
What a beautiful space this is, though.
Thank you very much. You know, a lot of stress. It took me 2 years to build it. In between tours, obviously, that's the problem. Because I am the executive director and I actually design alongside with two friends of mine, one from Italy, amazing designer, Dario Paini, and next designer from New York, TK Mendez. And so we designed this beautiful space that is going to be utilized, because we don't use, we utilized, for everybody who want to come here and, record and enjoy the vibe.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, how did you actually come to make a decision that this is the location that I want my new studio to be at?
Did you see the view?
I did see the view, and I was thinking that must have been what sold it.
When I saw it, it was obviously an old house, and when I saw the view from the, I had to climb to the rooftop to see the view, and I visioned this huge building with a studio at the top of the building overlooking the city, and that's made me say, yes, this is the place.
This is the one.
Yes.
Okay. Now, your last studio project that the world has heard was Destiny in 2023. We had all the big songs like Viral, One General, the big collabs with Kabak and Narcel Out, Gargamel, Over My Shoulders, Jazz Elise, Bura Banton. And I sort of feel as though if you're not busy in the studio making magic as a solo artist, you're also putting out a dub workout album. Last year, I think we had the Dub Pirate in 2024, which really was kind of like a dub workout of your breakout album from, 2007, 2008?
Yes, in between official work, I do projects. And but then, the problem is also that I tour a lot. I like last year, I tour like 5-6 months for the year. So I try to do everything in between, and then also have a personal private life. So I have to try to manage everything balance, yes.
Now, the world is really excited about this brand new single that just kind of dropped just like that overnight, Come My Way. And then from first listen, it had all of those sort of spices or ingredients that we are so used to. That classic Alborosie feel, the warm analog tones, the rootsy but emotionally direct lyrical content.
Yeah, man, that's my vibe from day one. And obviously, we'll look at the past, we'll live the present to build the future. I just made it right now, on the spot. So,
I like that.
Yeah, because that's the formula, basically. That's what we do. And so I bring back the old rhythm from Augustus Pablo and then sing a love song on it, that never spoil. Because we always love life, love people, love God.
Yes.
So come my way, all the goodness, and mercy, come my way, make we just, so this is the brand new single, Come My Way, from the new album. I can't tell you the title because we're not sure yet.
Yes.
And that is coming actually at the end of the summer or right after the summer.
I mean, Come My Way, the track itself actually interprets one of Augustus Pablo's most iconic rhythms. We first heard that rhythm on Jacob Killer Miller's 1974 classic Baby I Love You So, and it was the dub counterpart that was actually the first ever dub to be released as a 7-inch single, with the matching vocal cut by Jacob Miller on the B-side on Island Records. That's how big the rhythm is.
Yes, and so I hope I did well on that rhythm,
I think you did, because, I think that the interpretation of the rhythm, we know that that's going to be A1. And I think that, the video that you shot for that, which I believe was over in South America and Brazil.
Brazil, yes. In Brazil, Canoa Quebrada. Beautiful place. There is a small little reggae bar that is fighting against the system over 25 years, owned by Freedom Sound. Big up Freedom Sound. Beautiful vibe. I have to endorse all my brothers and sisters that they are pushing reggae, same just like you. all over the years, all over the world, over the years. And so I have to endorse everybody with pushing reggae music, because reggae is our music, we have to preserve it. It's not just about me as an artist to put out music and do well. Also preservation of the genre and the culture.
Yes. Yeah. Now, on that song, Come My Way, I think, you're known for tracking everything yourself, drums, bass, keys, the whole works. Was this a solo mission, or were there other players of instruments involved?
Meaning?
Which musicians were involved in that project?
It's just me and my good friend drummer from Germany, Big Finger, Joseph, Giuseppe. He plays with Gentleman on the, and he's the drummer, Gentleman drummer. And we do a lot of work together. Very good friend of mine. So, says play the drum and then I play everything else.
Okay. Now, we know that you've just sort of touched on the fact that, there's going to be a forthcoming album that is going to be due, I think, at some point, maybe later in 2025, but we don't quite know the exact date. You've always had really strong ties with Greensleeves VP Records. Yeah,
they're a family, Like, when you feel at home, you better stay home.
So it sounds to me as though, that collaboration between Greensleeves VP and Pupa Albo is a really strong partnership.
Yeah, we did a lot of work over the years. I believe from 2007 up, so there's a lot of, many years of love and good music. And, look forward to, continue. Yes.
And I think that the thing we also love about Alborosie's music is that it consistently is released on vinyl as well, and obviously in partnership with Greensleeves and VP, which I think is still so important and so needed.
Well, imagine this is a world of disposable music, disposable images, everything is disposable nowadays, because this is the new society of today, modern society. Everything is just disposable. So we're trying to be organic in a disposable world. We're trying to be timeless in a world where time is actually, you don't have no time anymore, so, and we're trying to be timeless, So we're trying to leave, as I said before, a message, an ingredient for the next generation to come. Yeah.
Now, I know that you've said before that reggae is not just music, it's an education. What lessons has reggae music taught you that formal schooling in Italy or anywhere else never could have done?
Just to be human, bro. Just to be human. Just to be a human being that love people. A human being that's trying not to bring down anybody. A human being that's trying to construct something positive in life, to leave something for the next generation to come. So reggae teach me spiritualism. Reggae educate me through the messages, through the Bible, through the, And in the meantime, reggae educate me, but in an alternative way, not the way proposed by the system, by the Babylonians. The way proposed by the people in the garrison, people in the street like us, the people that go to work, the people that live, the people that dies, because the big guys, they never die, we die, why? Because we are real, they are not real. So reggae teach me, educate me, and my dream is to see reggae continue doing so with many generations to come.
On top of everything that you've just explained about what reggae music has given you and taught you, there's always been this militant undercurrent with some of your works as well. Where does that come from?
The militancy? Well, I'm a student of Selassie. So His Majesty is my mentor, my guide and my salvation. And we believe in Jesus. Also His Majesty believes in Jesus. So my militancy comes from, imagine the army of Ethiopia, a small country compared to the world. So we have to be militant, we have to be a warriors, we have to be a soldiers, and that's who I am. I'm a revolutionary artist. I balance spiritualism and materialism, because in 2025 His Majesty teach me that you have to balance up with what we have. At the end of the day, we fight the system, but also we are in the system, because all of we on meta. Meta is the maximum expression of the Babylonian system, with the Elon and the Jeff and Donald, you know what I'm saying? And we are right in the middle of the circus. So we all, you know, playing the game. But you must know how to play the game from inside of the circus. Because at the end of the day, so that's why His Majesty said balance, spiritualism, materialism, find your way, spread the message, go through the crowd, tell them, let them be aware, and go back home, sit down, and one day your seeds shall be a tree.
True. Now, you've lived here in Jamaica for many years now. How have you seen the spiritual vibration of the island change, if at all? And how does that affect your music?
The island changed a lot over the past 15 years, completely revolutionized itself and the culture, Jamaican culture. I see the youth them embrace this Americanism in their music. That has always been there, but before the Americanism was a little bit more organic, more real, like the soul, the R&B, the street, the hip hop, the revolution, the warriors. You know, nowadays everything is just futile. It's all about the image, the being disposable. It's all about, you know. So the youth them at Jamaica, by following that trend, you know, I'm afraid that the music lost a little bit of the substance, because Jamaica have a strong African culture, you know, and dancehall, reggae, ska, rocksteady, like, and mixed with other genre and other cultures. Obviously, the American culture also, because, you know, rhythm and blues, you know, is the root of rocksteady, ska, whatever, then to reggae, roots rock, reggae, and so on. So the island changed, the culture changed, and it's the new time. I don't criticize. I accept it. I love it. You know, I don't get me wrong. You know, everything is necessary in a life. You have light and you have shadow. You have dark and you have fire. You have water. So you must accept anything that comes your way. But you must be mindful and preserve the roots and the culture that, you know, make us be here today. You know, talking to everybody, because life is a legacy. So you here tomorrow, your kids, then kids of your kids, and so on. So it's a cycle, you know. So the youth them in Jamaica, they need to preserve the culture. You know, they need to know who's Burning Spear. They need to know Bob Marley, Peter Tosh. You need to go to the school them, and they need to know where their culture coming from. Yeah. Where Selassie come from? Why Ethiopia? Why Africa? Why here in Jamaica? Why Shashamane? Why, like, you know your culture. They know about Jesus. Jesus is from the other side of the world, but people praise him here in Jamaica. People praise him all over the world. Christmas, the time, 2025, because that's the date, blah, 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 and so on. So, you know, if you have knowledge of such a personage from that time, you must have knowledge of your own culture.
True.
Of who build the country, the music, the at least when it comes to the culture, the music, and you must know who is, like, you know, I don't know, Abyssinians, you know, Gladiators, you know, King Tubby, you know, Jammies, you know, so I feel that we lost a little bit of the root.
The roots.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that, because I've been coming back and forth now here to Jamaica, doing what we're doing for 25 years. And just the other day, we were in a taxi, and the driver was playing some R&B, and we said to him, "Could you play some Max Romeo, please?" And he said, "Who's Max Romeo?"
Exactly. That's the.
So there's definitely a disconnect.
There's a disconnection, because there's no information and whatever. So this is also something that I'm gonna try to do here. Like, this is not just only a recording studio. This will be on YouTube, tutorials, music, culture, how to make a rhythm, to mix a rhythm, how to record guitars, and then inviting the artists, talking about the roots and the culture, the foundation. And not only reggae, you know, we invite blues from the United States, jazz, you know, like different genre. Like, I don't like to be in a box. I'm a musician, my music is global. They choose to say, you know what, in 2025, we don't call it reggae anymore. We call it music. Wow. Yeah, but what genre? Music. It's like you're saying, I'm a human being. You're a man. Yeah, where you come from? Planet Earth. I'm a Earthian. I'm not Jamaican, I'm not Italian, I'm not American. I'm a Earthian. I come from planet Earth. This way, I put you in a position where I say, oh, so don't judge my music. Listen to my music, and then you judge to my music. So you judge my music. So this is going to be a place like that to inform people of what's happening, what used to happen, and what will happen.
Education. I think you're one of the few artists that has always sort of like bridged that gap between the old school and the new school. You've done so many sort of like works with so many names that I can sort of, you know, think of in my head. People like Michael Rose, the Tamlins, the work that you've done with the Wailers, King Jammy. And I think that, you know, it's something that you're doing to help to preserve that heritage, but also move it forwards as well.
Yeah, you know, that's the music I like. You know, the real foundation, when people used to get up a morning time and they sing a song because they never eat the day before, because the police, they beat them up and lock them up. Because Rasta is not only fashion, you know, Rasta is a
mindset.
Yeah, man, it's a history of sufferation and struggle. And, you know, so I like that type of music because that music reflected the time and is still relevant in the garrison nowadays. So, not saying that the new artists them nowadays, but they are a little bit more comfortable. You know, they look at Atlanta, Los Angeles, and New York, and I'm going back to Rio de Janeiro, in the favelas, Colombia, Medellín. I go to Venezuela, Caracas. You know, yo hablo español muy bien. Puedo hablar español como mi primer idioma. I speak languages, italiano, parlo italiano, tutto quanto, parlo tutto inglese, patois. I speak languages, I go, I meet people, I stay with people. And that's the root, that's the foundation, you know? Yeah.
I mean, I think that, you know, when we sort of like think about some of the elders that you've worked with, is there any particular moments or sessions that really feel that has changed the way that you make music yourself?
Oh, my biggest influence was Tyrone Downey, that he died, you know, Father Tyrone, rest in peace. Father, and he changed the way I play instrument, the way I you know, legendary. You know, these guys, the old guys, the way they play the instrument, they are the instrument. And I remember so learning a lot by musicians, you know, and producers also. I've been working with everybody. I've been working with American producers, hip hop producers. I learned a lot along the way. I have so much experience. I could be here 3 days talking to you. I work with American producers, you know, European producers. So I learned everything I know. I learned it from people. But you know what? Nobody never teach me anything. I was just watching. So the next slogan will be, I'm not going to teach you anything, but you're going to learn everything.
As well as keeping busy with tours, your own album projects, you also find the time to do some collabs with people. So in recent times, we've had the collab with Irie Soldier, and there's also a collab with Sean Kuti as well. So how important is that role of collabs in this modern world?
There's two types of collaboration. Like, you know, obviously, everybody's brothers and sisters, you know, like we are all friends, and I know everybody. And it is important that you help out also situations, and you know, you don't just keep it to yourself. You know, it's pointless. A musician is like a photographer. It's like you guys filming. You know, a photographer going around and take pictures of anything: a stranger, a dog, a bird, a tree, a person, a man and a woman. You know, a musician must be the same thing. How disgusting it is when you are a millionaire musician and you don't collaborate with a true raw talent only because your status prevents you from doing so. No, you're not a real artist. You're just a product. You're a commercial product. I like to record with anybody that have talent, because I don't judge you from how many numbers you have. I judge you from the talent that you have, because I'm attracted to talents. When you have a talent and you have 2,000 followers, if I love what you do, I work with you. That's the meaning of me being a producer, recording what my ears, what is nice to my ears. You know, like a photographer taking a picture of what is nice to his eyes. I record what is necessary for my ears to feel pleased. And I don't care who you are, where you come from, and how much millions you have, how much followers you have.
As long as the talent is there, that's the most important part. Yeah. Well, look, I really want to give thanks to you for giving us a little bit of an insight into what's happening in 2025 with Alborosie. Are there any other unreleased projects, anything that's in your mind that you would like to aspire to maybe look into the future?
You know, right now I'm focusing on building a legacy and really, you know, create a camp that is focused on preserve the culture and the true meaning of good music.
Gotcha.
You know, and I'm gonna fight against the views and the followers. I'm gonna fight against the, you know, the filters and the likes, you know, and try to push a message of togetherness and unity and knowledge without necessarily being slave of a phone, of a system that was created for us to be checked by, you know, the big brother. So I want to build a legacy. I want to work. I don't work for myself anymore. I did that the past, you know, first 5 years, 6 years. No, I want to work for the music, for the culture. I want to spread the message. I want people to see, to know through the you know, through the internet what is going on. How can you do this? You know, I want people, like, I really am hungry in a sense where I want people to see what is going on.
It almost sounds like you want to try and sort of like pass on that knowledge or that baton to the younger generations.
Yes, to the young generation and whosoever want to know. You know, I want to show them, you know, things that I learned along the way. You know.
Well, look, Alborosie, it's always a pleasure to see you. I think that the first time we spoke must have been around about 15 years ago, and
I see you in the next 15 years. Then
we will see you in the next 15 years. But I think it's great just to see the growth of the music and the works that you've been putting out consistently, year after year after year. We know it's not an easy road, and we give thanks to you for everything that you're doing, not just to push your own music, but for the culture.
Thank you very much. You know, and you doing the same work that I'm doing. Your way. I have my way, you have your way. No matter which way, there's no best way. Just do it your way and you will succeed. And I thank you very much also to spread reggae music to the world. Thank you for your work. You deserve a Grammy, though.
I don't do this for the Grammys.
I know, but you deserve it anyway. You're not going to do it for it, but you deserve it, no? So you deserve all the best. Thank you very much for the culture that you're spreading. And, you know, God bless you. He bless you already, will bless you more.
Give thanks once again. Respect.
Reggae interviews. Word sound power.